All right, welcome back, everybody. I want to thank everybody for all the views that they did on the last video. And right now, we're going to take a look at this first garden bed because it's been about 30 days since the first video was recorded, even though it was just released a few days ago. In this bed today, we're going to try to take care of it, get it back under control, because as you can see, we've had an abundance of growth. As beautiful as this tomato plant is, we're going to be taking it out and we're going to be making more tomato plants off of this tomato plant. And as well, we're going to cut down some of the cilantro, replant some, and let some of it go ahead and go to seed. And I'll be back in just a moment and we get started getting this taken care of. All right, thank you for joining me again. One of the things that was brought to my attention is that the channel name is Papa J in the Garden, but you guys did not get to see Papa J in the garden. I am Papa J. This is the garden. So let's get started with today's task, which is getting this one garden bed back under control. Oh shit, wrong way. All right, let's see if we can find these beets. You know, I said on this channel that we're going to be talking about the garden, working in the garden, also as my personal health. So if you see me sitting down today, that's just part of the challenges that we're going through right now with my health. It's not laziness, it's a necessity. All this extra growth in here, these are no longer considered weeds at this house. This is considered chicken feed. Nothing goes to waste. If it doesn't go to chicken feed, it goes to compost. I'm not going to keep you guys with me the whole time that I'm here pulling the weeds, pulling the extra growth out of this bed. Here, let's see. Here we have some of the lettuce that has bolted and gone to seed, which I am going to let some of it go to seed, but not all of it. We're going to take some of this out and feed it to the chickens. The other we are going to let go to seed, because I believe when you grow your own food and you let it go to seed, the next time you plant it, it will grow even better for you, because it already has all the information that it needs to grow in your climate, even in your microclimate that you may have in your own yard or wherever you grow. And that is why we will be letting this lettuce go to seed, even though I do not care to eat a lot of this lettuce. Some of the family does. So we're going to be taking tomato suckers off of here and starting new tomato plants, because this tomato has grown wonderfully in this garden, and it's not the proper time for it to be growing like this. But we are glad it does, or that it is. For those of you who know how easy it is to propagate tomatoes, great. For anyone who's watching that does not know how easy it is to propagate a tomato, it's going to be as simple as finding a sucker on your plant, popping it off, and taking this, removing a few leaves, and sticking it down in some type of soil, some type of dirt, and you will have another whole tomato plant just like the one you just took that off of. I will be making quite a few of these today. and hope that I can keep you with me until we're done doing it. But right now, I really need to get to work because it is tough for me to just work such a small area right now. And I'll be back with you after I get some of it accomplished so you can see where we are. Just wanted to bring you back right quick and show you that this tomato plant is really producing. Don't know how well you can see it here on the camera, but here is a whole stem of tomatoes. Trying to get a good angle for you. There we go. It's a whole stem of tomatoes. There's another small bunch of them right there. There's some here. The only problem with this is that time of year, with the heat index being as low as it is, we're not going to get many of these to ripen anytime soon. We do have a few over here on the very sunny side that is starting to ripen, but the majority of these will not ripen anytime soon. And we cannot afford to have this tomato plant taking up so much room when we can grow so many other things at this time. Later in the year, we may put another one back in here and allow it to do what it's doing, but not right now. All right, guys, don't know how well you can hear me. It's gotten a little noisy out here since I started, but we're going to continue on and get some of this done. Uh-oh. Good afternoon. This sounds like some of the work crew coming here. Let's see what we have. Who do we have here? Who we have here? Don't walk by. Who do we have here?
Larry Shaw.
Larry Shaw. Who do we have here?
Mary Ann Shaw.
Mary Ann Shaw. That is part of the work crew, everyone.
You're taking all this stuff out?
Yes, I'm working on this today.
Yeah, it is a big bush though.
Yeah, it's a big bush. So we got to take some of it out.
Yeah, there might be a lot of weeds under the stuff.
No more weeds in this yard, man. Everything is cool now.
Did you show them around the house now? And around the yard?
No, we're working on this today.
Okay. Let's go get our snack and... Alright.
Well, we do have a bunch of tomatoes here that are starting to ripen, and they will be eaten. Just not enough of them will ripen fast enough to keep this plant here at this time. Let's see, can y'all guys, none of you can't see me at all. Yes. Okay, there we go. So right now it's just gonna be more of the same. Getting down here and getting this thing cleaned up. At times you'll notice that I'm pulling plants out by the roots, and the other times you'll see that I cut them off and leave the roots in the ground. What we try to do around here is we try to grow things as naturally as we possibly can. We use very little fertilizers, including organic fertilizers, which we do use it, but we try to use it sparingly. What we try to do is feed the soil. And if you notice, even though this thing is overgrown and crowded, there's not very much pest pressure in this bed at all. There's very little that has any holes in it, and that's because it's growing the way it's supposed to grow. We're not putting the synthetic fertilizer on here, getting big pretty plants that are void of nutrition. One of the problems with us, including myself, is we've gotten away from eating live foods. And once you get away from eating live foods, you start having all kinds of health issues, just as I am at this point. Because for me, as a black male in America, going into my late 50s, I am starting to have all the issues that they said you're going to have. The high blood pressure, diabetes, clogging of the arteries, you name it, it's starting to happen to me. And that simply comes from not taking care of yourself enough, not eating properly. Not saying trying to be a vegan or vegetarian or anything like that, but just at least eating live foods daily. Most of the foods we eat is void of nutrition, has no life in it. And unfortunately, we've eaten that way most of our lives. So that's what we're used to eating, that's what we're comfortable with. But we have to change that. We have to regain our health. We have to reconnect with nature. And whatever that means for you, that's what it means for you. But it is what must be done. Anyone who knows me personally knows I talk about health all the time. I talk about our health system. As well as how to regain our health. I am on the journey to regaining my health, even though it's been slow and painful. I'm thankful that I woke up breathing again today and that I can continue on this journey. All right, we've had pretty good progress with this so far. I was going to leave some of this tomato in here. Oh, come on out of there. And just let it hang over the box. But I'm not going to be able to do that because it is growing too well. There used to be a whole row of miniature eggplants here. Now there's only one or two left because this tomato has completely choked them out. And I'm okay with that. We plant a lot of things around here. We plant a lot of things densely around here. And that's because we eat it when we want to. We get to eat our produce while it's young and tender. We don't have to wait for someone else to provide it for us. We eat it when we're ready to eat it. Here's one of the eggplants that we did not get off, the actual fruit that we did not get off in time. It was too large to eat anyway, but we was not able to see it inside of the density of the tomato plant. And that's another reason to take it out, even though it's growing wonderfully. Here we still have a couple plants, but they're so shaded that they're not producing very many eggplants right now. This one got pulled up by the roots. simply going to stick it back down in here. Voila. See all my wonderful little lights? That is courtesy of Joe Mama, the lady of the house. Ooh. Task hasn't taken that long, but it is a bit tough to do it. And that's why I have to do it. Right here we had spinach growing. And this was the first time I was actually able to get spinach to germinate and start to grow. But because I allowed the tomato to go out of control, it has choked it out. Now we only have 1 or 2 small plants of spinach. But the good thing is, the time of year here in Central Florida, I have plenty enough time to put more in here and harvest them before it gets too hot for them to grow. And that's about all we're going to do here on this garden bed today. Here, I'll let you see what we have left. We have the Black Simpson seed lettuce that's going to seed here. Here we have beets, which we, at this point, we still use all these beet tops in our smoothies. But like I say, I am, as well as my family, is trying to take in live food every day now. Whether it be in the form of a smoothie or just coming out here picking some of this stuff, making a salad or whatever it may be. We're fortunate enough to have the ability to grow like we grow. And I'm quite sure that my health will turn around here shortly. And as well, everyone in the house will be even better. The only other thing I want to leave you with is to tell you that I hope you're not too busy. I hope you just take the time and grow something. Until next time, thank you for joining me. Okay, everyone, I forgot to show you what all we took out of this garden bed today. And mainly this is 1, 2, plants. There's a lot of tomatoes still on there. We're gonna let the chickens have them, because we want the chickens to have good food just like we have good food. But this is quite a large pile. They come out of one small 4x8 bed, and not to be everything that was in it. That's all. Just wanted to come back and show you that. Remember, just grow something. Okay, everyone. I'd like to take the time to thank one of my original subscribers. I have to apologize because I missed your birthday. I thought about texting you. I thought about calling you. But I got started with the day. And yeah, well, you know how that goes. But this is for my big sister, my oldest sister, Miss Josephine Bozeman. Love you. Thank you. Appreciate you subscribing and just being who you are. You will always be one of my original subscribers. Happy birthday.